Hey, what's up? Welcome to DGen Ed. That's degenerative education, meaning none of this is financial advice. Just me having fun looking at charts like the chart behind me, which is of Palantir Technologies, ticker symbol PLTR. And so I wanted to do an update on this one because the price has dipped below $16. Which I was expecting, but then it bounced. And so looking forward, where is this going to go? I have suggested that I do think this gap will be filled going down to a price of $14.96, or right around $15. However, it does look like the stock price has been forming this falling wedge pattern, which is bullish, and it does look like it is testing the top of it right now, so it could potentially be breaking out in the coming week. Also, there is this gap to the upside that has yet to be filled at around $17.10. And then just above that, I do have this orange line at $17.21 based on the low here of November 2nd. That level does look like it has served as support, basically with this kind of like month-long bounce here, followed by a few-week bounce after that. And so considering that the price has bounced respecting this level at around $17, since it did bounce right around 16, I am wondering if it will be returning to that level by the end of January and then potentially breaking down to fill this gap. But, if you do look at the downtrending top of that wedge, it does look like the stock price is testing that. However, if I would adjust the pivot points to be the high here, the current price would be contained within that wedge. So whether or not it is outside of the wedge right now, it is not a strong breakout, could be a fake out. And so I think it's going to be pretty important what we see with the price on Tuesday, January 16th. If we do get a lot of volume, I do think that we could be breaking out, filling this gap to the upside, and then moving back to find support at this orange line at 1721. However, if we do look at the volume profile, it does look like there is a good amount of trading going on in this region. So I do think that between $17 and $18, I do think that will be pretty notable resistance. But if price can get above that, I do think $18 or right around $18.20, I do think that will serve as significant support. Considering that it was resistance here, that consolidation below, that is then going to be support. And I do want to note that with these lines that I've drawn based on previous videos, I did adjust this downtrending line that is the bottom of the wedge. I did have that based on one of the highs over here before, but I adjusted this to the pivot point being, let's see, on the open price, 1806 on October 13th. And the reason why I did that is because then the open for here on November 2nd when it gapped up following earnings, and then the open price here on this dip, they are included within that wedge. So that is the reason why I did that. And so I do think that this downtrending level is pretty significant as it is. And then as I had previously mentioned in the earlier videos, that coinciding with this gap fill, there would be a retest of this white line that's uptrending, has previously served as support many times. So I do think that if price does break back below 16 and we do get a revisit of 15, there could be a lot of support there. However, since this uptrending line has been tested multiple times, it could be a little bit weaker the next time it is tested. And if price does break below it, I do think that this purple line, based on these two pivot points over here, these two lows, I do think that could serve as support, and that would be right around $14. But I do feel like $14 is probably the lowest that price will go. And then also, I almost forgot to put this up here, but I did want to do a Fibonacci retracement from the low there before the gap up after earnings to the high over here. This is just approximate, but it does look like, $16 or 1606 based on this retracement, the 786. That is pretty notable support, I would imagine. There was kind of a fake out here, but it did test this downtrending, the bottom part of that wedge. And so I do think that if it does retest 16, And actually, if it does retest 16, that could be testing it outside of the wedge. And so that could actually serve as confirmation of a breakout. So I do think a retest of 16 at this point would actually be pretty bullish. If it does hold that level, if it does show strength, I think that could be a great buying opportunity. However, if it shows weakness, price may and likely will be dropping to around $15. So be prepared for that, as I am. But I'm also prepared for confirmation and to be breaking through these levels to the upside, like $18, which I think will be significant support once we get there. But, those are just my thoughts. If you found them helpful, make sure you like the video, share your thoughts in the comments down below, and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Thanks a lot for watching.